Hello, I'm Dustin Britt, and I'm going to be doing my topic on the effects of exercise and those effects that it has on not just your physical health, but your mental health as well. That is very, very important. You cannot have a physically healthy body without a physically healthy mind, because this controls so much more than people think. To start, the National Library of Medicine, a very great source to use for things outside of just exercise. I mean, they go over any topic in health that you can just about think of. But pretty much what they stated was that people are looking for a way to lose fat and be happy at the same time. That's a very difficult thing to do, because losing fat means you could be cutting calories, you could be in the gym exercising a ton, you could be working with trainers, nutritionists, blah, blah, blah. There's so much that you could be doing, and it, feels like you're hurting your body, but really you're helping it, and you're helping your mind as well. Things like cycling, wrestling, gardening, dancing, anything where you are contracting your muscles can be considered a physical activity, which is very beneficial for your mind. Next, Sarah Sori wrote an article on the effects of aerobic and Pilates exercise on mental health and inactive older women. Over 12 weeks, she did a study and found that women shown to be 50% less depressed whenever doing these physical activities. That's just over 3 weeks. Me as a personal trainer, I know that some people's transformation can take 2 weeks, it can take 8 months, it can take over a year. It really just depends on what they're doing in and out of the gym and just how they're doing mentally. And so with these women, they're getting this physical activity in, which is, contracting muscles, which is creating dopamine releases, and it just makes them feel better. And when you live a life that is physically active and you care about your physical body, you start caring about little other things, maybe being a little more organized or getting work done faster or better or whatever it is. Lastly, Physical Activity in the Aging Brain by Ronald Ross. His kind of relates to Sarah Sori's, in that you want to contract your muscles, you want to get that physical activity to get that oxygen into your lungs, which can then be sent to your brain. Without oxygen in the brain, it's going to fall apart and deplete, which is going to cause Alzheimer's, dementia, cancer, things like that. Just all these bad things come from a lack of oxygen. A very known journalist, he's not a doctor or a scientist or anything, stated that you can almost look back any disease and find that one of its roots is a lack of oxygen. And so by getting those muscle contractions, you're not only sending that oxygen to your brain, you're also sending little chemicals that act as like an antidepressant up to your brain. And so again, just any type of contracting, that can be walking, gardening, cooking a little more intensively, just things like that, to contract your muscles. It's going to try and improve cognitive function, which is something a lot of people deal with. ADD, ADHD, OCD, Alzheimer's, dementia, all of these things stem from the world that we live in now, and not breathing correctly and not sending enough oxygen into our brain, not contracting our muscles enough, which in return causes us to be depressed or have some type of mental illness. But being a personal trainer, simple things, foam roller, rolling out, things like that, resistance bands, anything you can think of in regards to forcing your muscles to contract in some type of way. Something simple, a lacrosse ball rolling on your feet, it's going to force you to put pressure on it, which is contracting all sorts of muscles. And all of that is just sending little stimulants to your brain, pretty much saying, hey, this is good for us, this is what we want to force oxygen into the body so that we remain healthy. Thank you.